All right. Are we live? Can anyone hear? Everything sound okay? I'm pretty excited. Let's get some predictions out in the chat. What are we thinking? What are we going to see? What's he going to play like? What are you most excited for? Let me know. And yes, I am almost to 30K. I can't wait. But anyone who's here, welcome. We're just going to kind of hang out, watch the Kombat Kast when it finally goes live. Probably analyze it. And, I don't know. We'll see. But while we wait, I do have a few clips pulled up, or that I can pull up. We could kind of just rewatch and just let me know if the audio's too loud, but...
Do you like scary movies?
You kidding? Murder Hornets paid for my mansion.
I'll just be the first to say, before any of the leaks came out about Ghostface, I considered this character, but not realistically. And I even made a short, if you go back, and I still get traffic on it, about how I think Ghostface is the wrong character to put in Mortal Kombat. For honestly stupid reasons, reflecting back on it now. And what's weird is a lot of people kind of agreed with my take, but looking back on it, you have characters like Rambo and Joker who they aren't superhuman by any stretch of the imagination. They don't have superpowers. I guess you could kind of argue that Joker does, but Rambo definitely doesn't. So I was kind of against it, and I think I was wrong. I think the closer we got to it, I was way more bullish on it. And once the Chaos Reigns first teaser came out and we got the confirmation that Ghostface was going to be in it, I was kind of... I did a 180. And then the more footage that's come out, the different masks, things of that nature, I'm just I'm super excited now. And I don't think I've been this excited for any of the characters apart from maybe Ermac and Takeda. Or Takeda. I always get corrected on that. But yeah. And yeah, I agree with you, Rainbowzilla. I do think we will get... I think that they know we want it, and I think they're saving it for last. I think maybe we'll get it at the end of the trailer. Or at the end of the trailer, which we're going to see in just a few moments here. Because I think we've seen all of them, except for just one. So, but just to kind of reflect back on that short that I just mentioned, I can pull it up and you guys can tell me how stupid I was to even think that Ghostface didn't belong in the game. If I could find it. It was legit months ago. Because I do post shorts for all of you who are here for primarily my long form content, which always takes forever to come out, but I put a lot of thought and effort into my videos. I do post shorts quite often. So yeah, here it is. 90K views on this one. And it's just stupid to look back on, but I think this is an important reflection point for me before we get into this Kombat Kast. So let's just watch. Ghostface is heavily rumored to appear in Mortal Kombat 1 Kombat Pack 2 based on leaked character interactions. But does it make sense? We've seen Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and other horror icons appear in the series, but Ghostface does not equal the others. Seeing Jason with his machete, Freddy with his knives, and Leatherface with his chainsaw made sense, but how can Ghostface kill this with a hunting knife? Ghostface is realistically just a human in a costume. We've seen multiple characters don the iconic mask, and while I'll admit the character can talk some serious trash, Ghostface has zero supernatural abilities. What are your thoughts? Ghostface is heavy. Did you know that Shiva? So yeah, I mean, it's just stupidity. It really is. People are saying that it is live, so let's see. All right. I'm just going to mute it up just so we don't have to listen to the background noise. But again, it was stupidity. It really was. I think that it was ignorance, and I don't know. I just didn't respect Ghostface as a character from like a Mortal Kombat standpoint. I didn't think it really made sense. But from my perspective, where I stand now, I've made like at least 4 or 5 Ghostface videos the past few minutes. Or the past few days, and I think I was wrong. But I mean, so give me some predictions. What are we thinking? What are we thinking brutality-wise? Are we going to get any invasion stuff? What other updates will we get? Just let me know, because you know, we got 8 minutes to fill here, so. Yeah, Ghostface has a supernatural ability saying, "What's up?" I think if we don't get the scary movie mask, there may be an outcry from the fandom at large. Like, not even just Ghostface fans, because the amount of WhatsApps I've got on my videos, my community posts and stuff like that is just, it's insane. So I think people are really getting their hopes high for this, and I hope they deliver on it, because I've said it a million times. I don't see why they couldn't, because Dead by Daylight got it, but from what I've seen, that didn't happen until months after Ghostface even came out. So maybe that'll be the case, but we know that NetherRealm never gives us like additional costumes after the DLC characters come out. So I don't know. With that recent report that Warner Brothers is moving forward with a few franchises, one being Mortal Kombat, I'm thinking that the support for this game will extend beyond what Ed Boon even initially said. I think Pennywise would be a really good character, Master Pip. I think you can make an argument for even Art the Clown. I would be very surprised if we don't get Art the Clown at some point. Because, I mean, if you've seen what Terrifier 3's done at the box office, and just how much of a following that game or that movie has, that series, I think it would be a huge missed opportunity to not even consider it at some point, whether it be MK1 or something down the line. Yeah, and it's funny because I actually I've made a few community posts about, as Michael Bozeman says, I still understand how people could say Ghostface does not work in Mortal Kombat. I think it's just one of those things where you really have to suspend your disbelief. And I think that Mortal Kombat's, like, NetherRealm's kind of leaned into this idea, even in that Peacemaker teaser that they posted last night, where he's like, "Oh, all you have is a knife," or whatever he said. I think it's kind of like a self-awareness situation with Ghostface. The demonetization of this character is going to be crazy on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I hope Reptile's body is ready to be absolutely flayed by knives. Kind of sad that Anthony Starr didn't voice Homelander. I thought Jay Green was actually spot on. And I think it's funny with the whole Anthony Starr thing, just because he was, I don't know, he supposedly they said that he wasn't offered enough money, but he's doing like these memeable like mobile game ads now, so I don't really know with that, but I didn't think Jay Green was like egregious in terms of just his voice performance as Homelander. What if there is a piano falling down the stairs fatality? I mean, I'll take all the Scary Movie references. Regardless of how many they give me, I'll take whatever I can get. I watch that movie like once a week. EX move into next Ghostface. Each Ghostface has a combo screen. Interesting. Yeah, I think I would be shocked if we didn't get Jade in this game. Heart makes sense. He's so brutal. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen that one kill from the first Terrifier movie, that's a fatality in and of itself. Like you can visualize that. That's perfect for Mortal Kombat. What characters would I want for KP3? I mean, for me, I would be down for any 3D era characters, whether it be a cameo or like a primary character. Like, I know Meat has kind of become like a fan favorite in the scene. I'd love to see Meat back in some sense. I like Draman quite a bit. Aaron Black. I'd love to see Aaron Black. I know that the NRS era characters like Devora, and I've even seen some hate on Collector. I like those characters, especially Aaron Black. So I think Aaron Black, Draman, Meat, and I feel like modern Mortal Kombat games are the perfect opportunity to kind of create these characters in a new light. I mean, it is the new era. So like someone like Suhao, these like hated memeable characters, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to bring them back. And I don't know. And I like, just give me all the horror movie characters. I've seen a few reports or a few comments that said Ed Boon came out and said that they tried to get Michael Myers and they couldn't come to an agreement. And yeah, I've seen the complaint that Michael Myers doesn't talk, which kind of may be weird with the interactions in this game, but it worked fine in MKX, so. Yeah, I agree. The first Scream movie is easily the best. Cameo cross. See, the thing with cameo crossovers is I don't know if a studio would want their character being like almost relegated to a cameo, because it's just, there's not as much shine on the cameos. They don't get any interactions. I mean, they get minimal skins as it is. So, I mean, I've been saying it since day one. I wish that I feel like Chucky would be the perfect cameo, just because he's a small, mobile type of character, similar to Farah. I think he would be good in this game. And I know that Ed Boon even teased it, but who knows if that would even be in consideration. If Jade ends up as a cameo, I think the entire community would just... there would be an outcry, to say the least. Yeah. Even if there is another story expansion, I don't think we'll see Onaga until the next game. And I would be shocked if we saw Injustice 3 like anytime soon, based on that report that came out from, I think it was Insider Gaming, that said that Warner Brothers is pretty much focusing on Mortal Kombat, and I think there were a few other titles in there. So I think Onaga will probably be the main boss in the next game. $50 seconds. I'm excited. I'm gonna try not to talk over what's happening, but I will like chime in from time to time because I want you guys to be able to hear it as well. But I'm probably gonna stick around after the fact and kind of analyze everything we saw. Yeah, I think making Onaga playable was maybe a one-time thing. Unless they could somehow, like, shrink his size or make it another 3D game somehow. I don't know. Alright, 6 seconds. Let's get into it. Just let me know if the audio's bad or good or whatever.
Kombat Kast starts now.
Everyone, welcome to the latest edition of the Kombat Kast. I am Tyler.
Stephanie, the QA lead at NetAround.
Derek can't be here today, so we'll be holding down the fort by ourselves. And before we get to all of the information from the Kombat Kast today, we know one of the main reasons you're here is to see a very special video. Stephanie, I know you're a huge fan.
Oh, my
so
favorite movie.
I'll let you do the honors.
I've never been more stoked to work on a guest character. So here we go. The world premiere, the exclusive, the
Let's
Ghostface
go.
trailer.
Take a look.
That anyone could be so cold-hearted.
Are you really one to be throwing stones?
Okay, so it's Scream Ghostface.
Fight!
What is that?
I hear you've got quite a scream.
I will be glad to let you hear it.
Oh, that's yeah.
I love I can kill you again and again.
You will not succeed even once.
What is that? What? Frying pan?
Finish
Alright,
him.
let's see it.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
Fatality.
Oh,
Soon.
that's insane.
Ghostface wins. Flawless
That's
victory.
insane. Alright. What is that? Was that a crow or something?
There it is. Ghostface. Insane. Like, so many iconic moments from the history of that character.
I mean, Roger Jackson's incredible voice. I love the fatality being fourth wall meta, which is, always been one of the hallmarks of the series. The great animations on all the grabs and everything.
Oh, Vulture, alright.
The crawl, the knives.
Yeah.
That looks like
Just
one
so
of the
many
birds from
amazing
the
things that
MK9
Ghostface is
opening.
iconic for
Right.
in that little 3.5 minute chunk. Really cool. And you're all going to love playing Ghostface, and we're going to talk about Ghostface later in the show. But before we do that, we do want to talk about some things that are upcoming with the release of Ghostface. And one of those is we have some new season notes. Scorpion is back.
Yes, the season of the Spectre, but some new things we're adding to it.
Yeah, so this time around with the Season
they're
of the Spectre,
recycling
we're
invasions?
updating encounters that will have some newer mini games. Here's a big one. Chest keys are no longer consumable items, but they stack. So all those people like myself who go and buy a bunch of keys,
Same.
you're going to have space. There's some new
That
exclusive
fatality is
skins to
just-
unlock, especially one highly
it's
requested
easily the
Katara
better of
skin
the two.
will be somewhere in the season. Players can also unlock Season 1 Combat League palettes throughout the Season 1 of Invasions. We've also added some new character relics to give characters some additional new moves.
And there might be a new cashew.
Oh, cashew, okay.
Cashew.
Some new cashew
Cashew
stuff.
shout out.
Another thing that's coming very soon is a feature that I'm excited about that's going to help players from all levels grow. And it's a replay takeover function. It's a function where you'll be able to play a match, watch the video of that match, stop that match where you want to, and take over either character.
Right. So, we play online. You beat me pretty bad. You do some setup I've never
come
even
on.
seen before. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
So I can go to the replay and actually take control after that setup you used and kind of try different options. Let's check it out.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
So, Cyrax, bomb setups on Reiko.
Bombs and goo.
What are you going to do? Well, with replay takeover, you just take over, you're now Reiko. You're going to get out of this setup. So what's the first thing you try to do?
Probably block.
Always try to
That's
block.
pretty
Nope,
sick.
command grab. So that's not going to work. Now, maybe you try to delay wake up.
All right.
Not still
Nope.
stuck in,
Yeah,
in the
IDK,
blender.
I'm
Still got the
wondering that
bomb.
myself.
Now
I'm
let's
gonna go back and
neutral.
kind of
Okay.
frame by
That'd
frame
be
it
usually one of my
after
go-tos.
this.
Enhanced bomb gets you. So what do most great players do? Mash.
Mash very, very hard.
And mashing doesn't work.
Well, surely there's something.
Now let's try jumping out of the corner.
This seems pretty innovative.
And there you go.
Misses the command grab, hits their own fatal blow, invert.
Oh, right. Rambo did have that crawling move. Good call. I knew I saw it in one of the other characters.
So that is how replay takeover can work and teach you how to play.
Right, and one of the things that's challenging about fighting games is you might fight someone, maybe it's in a combat league, maybe it's an actual tournament, and they defeat you with this strategy you've never seen before, and maybe they're not available to play casuals, or maybe they don't want to help you. Maybe they're like, I'm not sharing my strats, save that for nationals. So what you can do is actually use the replay, take control of it. You can look at the options without having to get help from other people.
And it's also not even about like trying to get out of setups. You can also, could I have done something different on this combo to end this round? Because you're in a certain situation. How much damage do I need to do? Would this
There's
have
no
helped
Sonic
more?
Fox is gonna
Little
Right.
bits and pieces of your gameplay
absolutely
can be
destroy
improved
this
by
tool
using the replay
and like
takeover.
win
And I
every
think this will be
tournament this
awesome.
year.
Like you said, all skill levels. People who are already good and want to get into real granular stuff, but also people that aspire to be good and they just need more help and more tools.
Yeah, Movado
understanding
seems like
how
a
to get
natural
good.
counter
And
to
honestly, when you talk about players like on the curve of good to bad, not bad, but newer players, even small things like punish timings.
Oh, exactly.
Like
right.
even the easiest like special move, how do I punish this? Try it over and over and over again.
Right, you're fighting a smoke player. They're really killing you with that teleport. You're making
Shout
the
out
right guess,
Smoke.
but you're not sure what to do after it.
Right.
This can help.
And you can pick just different parts
Do
of
I
the
like
match where you were
Powerpuff
like,
Girls?
if I would have
I mean, I
done a
haven't
little
seen it
something
in a long
different,
time,
what
but
is that different?
I remember liking it when I was younger.
It's very neat to say, how advanced these things are to help people. Back in my day, back in the 1970s, we didn't even have frame data. We were just guessing. We were just making it up.
If you only had this.
Right.
So we also, before we get on to the main event of, you're going to show everyone how to play Ghostface, we're going to talk about some balance stuff.
All
And
right.
I know that people love these new videos we've been putting out and showing the new balance changes. We have some characters today that I think people are going to be really excited to hear have some very cool changes coming.
And a couple of these are some of the ones that have been, heavily requested.
Yes.
Like, please touch my character. Give me something new to play with.
Right. So I got my notes here, and I'm going to talk about it before we show the video so you can kind of get an eagle eye on what we're talking about you're going to see, because some of these videos have multiple pieces.
And there might be a sneak peek of some new skins.
Possibly. First, we're going to talk about
New
Ashra.
skins.
Her enhanced moves can now swap stances by holding stance switch.
Yeah,
so you're
I wouldn't
able
imagine
more
he'll be able
quickly
to block,
switch in
but-
and out of stances, which can help you stack.
Because I
damage.
think there's probably a risk
And
reward
you'll see in this
there
also
where
the Frost
if you're
cameo
down in
can
that
use her
stance,
ice crash
you have an
and
advantage,
explode her
but
own
you can't.
frost wall
You know
to
what I mean? You
launch the
can't
opponent.
block
I also think it'd be
simultaneously
worth
because
looking
like
at
you have an
up-blocking
advantage in that
Cyrus's
stance.
back too, because there's something unique about the second hit.
That's
And
just
you're gonna
kind
see
of
that
how I'm processing
right
it.
now.
Who do you all main, by the way? Before Ghostface, of course, because we know that's going to change when November 19th comes around.
Some awesome changes for Ashra and the other characters as well. Just giving Ashra a little more speed when it comes to switching in and out of her stances.
Right. I think one of the cool things our design team's done with MK1 is the balance changes aren't necessarily about making a strong character worse or a bad character good. It's also how can we kind of tinker
Will
with the
they
game
address
balance to just
Homelander?
more tools,
That's
more
the real
fun,
question.
more player expression. So I think like the Asher one and Smoke one we're about to talk about. I think
We'll be talking about
really
Smoke
cool
here in a
for
bit
that.
too. Let's go on to Garrus though. Garrus now, his enhanced command grab allows for cameo follow-ups anywhere on the screen. Be a lot easier to understand if you just take a look here.
Sector, Smoke, MK9 Scorpion, respect, Kenshi. Very good. Yeah,
He's a real team player.
Really is.
Right.
Raiden.
Here's a good
Nice.
one. Serena. We got some changes
What about
for Serena.
cameos? Who do you
This
guys
is-
run with for cameos?
You have to really watch this video. Let me explain it real quickly. So Serena has a new rune which grants damage buff and super meter regen over time when you're in it. So in this video, you're going to see Quan do a breaker, then an EX move shortly thereafter because he's in Serena's new rune. So that's like 4 bars of super meter in like 5 seconds. Let's take a look.
Melina, Cyrax. Cyrax is broken from what I hear. Oh, all right. Is that MK2 Katana I see? Did I miss one in the last screen? That's definitely MK2 Katana. That's hype.
Excellent. So just constant offense. More and more EX moves.
It really helps you pass the bar exam.
I liked it. Smoke fans. We've
Peacemaker,
heard from
even
Smoke
after all
fans.
the
Smoke
nerfs. I
fans want,
respect
they want
that.
something new to play with.
There's
and I
so
think
much
you'd be
to
really
just, like,
excited about this.
digest in this-
From what I
in
hear
this
from QA,
Kombat
it
Kast
really
so far.
changed up how the character plays quite a bit. Smoke can now perform his vicious vapors back forward
Melina
3
they have
smoke
to do
dash
Melina.
in the air, which lets him combo off some moves he never could before, and the enhanced version, will restand the opponent. And you're also going to see in this video, you're going to see Homelander, his forward 4 now hits mid.
Okay.
Just some more stuff for Homelander and
Somebody
especially for Smoke.
Tell me
Smoke
if that
fans
makes
rejoice.
a huge
Check it out.
difference for Homelander. Because I know he's been winning like every tournament.
That smoke changes fire.
Okay, you're on it today. You're really on it.
That was for
finally
Smoke.
another character that we hear a lot about vocal community with Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's triple clone now allows him to perform multiple freezes in
Sub-Zero.
one combo. Sub-Zero slide also now
Right on
switches
cue,
sides
Florence.
always, which allows for cameo follow-ups or to pop them up into clones. You can also perform the old spear follow-ups by holding 3 as you do the slide. Lot of words there.
Basically, big combo opportunities.
Yeah. And let's take a look at those.
Sub-Zero players, rejoice. You're finally getting something. That's pretty sick, actually. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but
And there we are.
it can't
some
be
new
completely useless. Otherwise, they
frozen
probably
toys for
wouldn't
Sub-Zero
make
to
that
play
change,
with.
right?
Right, and now they can chill out.
Okay, that's you're 3 for 3. I gotta say. So those are some of the balance patches. We will have some balance patch notes coming very soon. Pay attention to social media, and you'll be able to see those. But I think the main course today, we've already shown the trailer,
right,
which
let's
was
get into it.
everyone came for, obviously.
Right.
We need to talk about Ghostface and how to play Ghostface. So first, before we start, like I always ask you, who is a Ghostface player? How does Ghostface play?
I would describe Ghostface as kind of
Probably
a
not.
jack of all
Florence, who
trades
knows?
because one
Sub-Zero
of the
players
key
find a
things
way.
about Ghostface from the Scream movies is there's always more than one,
Got it.
with the exception of Roman from the very underrated Scream 3.
Roman shout
They
out.
Spoilers.
always, that movie's 20 years old,
my
but they
Scream
always
3
work as a
fans.
group, sometimes 2. There's been 3, and in this game there's actually 3. There's the
Fun
original
fact, there were
Ghostface
5
killer
in Scream 6.
from the movies. He's been transported to Liu Kang's timeline. He doesn't have his partner. He decides to recruit two members of the Black Dragon
No
clan
way.
to help him out, and they are the alternate Ghostface. So he's kind of a character that's like almost 3 characters in one.
No
And,
way. They did it?
That involves zoning moves, some really strong grappling moves, combo extenders, moves that hit the opponent from behind, long-range command grabs, all kind of neat options, all tied to his ability to work together and to switch in and out.
Jack of all trades.
Is
Right.
it Kira
All
and
right.
Cobra?
You want to take a look?
It
So
has
let's
to
go
be,
in.
right?
Let's start with the original Ghostface killer, the default, the one that you're going to play as. Let's see how he works. All right, so before we get any kind of swapping, let's go over the default Ghostface that you start with. The Woodsboro slasher, he's been moved to this timeline. He's ready to get some new, fresh
He
victims.
looks so
and
sick.
let's
The
check it
robe,
out. As you can imagine, he
like,
fights with
animation
a
is
knife,
awesome.
which means a lot of his attacks are pretty quick and have real good range. I love his standing too. He's got a little low attack version there. This is one of my favorites. Psycho stabs, just 4-4-4. It's
Love
super
that.
fun to do, and I love how it looks. One of his best normals is his forward 2. It's like a quick advancing mid.
Nice range.
Exactly.
In the nooch.
You
I
can,
don't know, he's got 1,000
you can
health
hit
with
confirm into
Frost.
special moves. It's kind of like his main footsies tool. His back 3 is a very quick mid. You can go into this drop kick, which is also his sweep. His uppercut is, you know, a huge range because of his knife. And then lastly, I'd love to show forward 4, which is this combo starter. And he can also do it from the 2-2. So it's 2-2, 1+3, and he
That's a
yanks
cool
him over.
extender. I like that.
So a pretty basic set of normals that have long range. You know, not a lot of tricks and traps or really fancy stuff, but you know,
But that's
pretty
coming.
good speed. Yeah. But his normals are pretty easy to understand.
Right.
Pretty straightforward. So let's go into his special moves. And again, these are the special moves that, you know, when you first go into the match, he's going to have these moves. Let's start with his command grab, Father Death. Goes into this brutal animation. You can hold back to throw them in the opposite
Love
direction.
the sound cue on that.
Could that throw be any more brutal?
Yes, it could. Yes, it certainly
Yeah.
could.
That's
God,
what we saw
that
in the
end there,
Johnny
let's
clip.
watch that again. The way, like the struggle to have it go all the way through. He is a
Poor
nasty,
Scorpion's getting
violent
absolutely destroyed.
character. He also has this dive move. It's down forward 4, and then he starts crawling on the ground. And from there, he has
That's just so
quick
crazy.
slash attack, this toe stab, which I absolutely love, and that has an enhanced version where for 2 bars he can actually
Pin
pin
you
him
down.
into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And the EX version of the down forward 4, the dive, has armor. That's his only armored move besides his fatal blow.
So you can take a move,
Exactly.
lay on the ground, start
and then
doing
go
your,
into the options,
Yep.
right? And he can also crawl forward, as you saw in the trailer, or stand back up. Another move I like to show, and this is by far my favorite animation, maybe in the whole game. I think this
Oh.
animation perfectly captures the character. Down forward 3, a
Yeah,
command
that's
line,
Yeah.
that is the
which
move.
you then have multiple options to do from it. So you can do this quick slice,
I wonder if you can
which is
cancel
like
out of
your
it.
fastest option. Then he also has an overhead, which is a little bit
I
slower.
feel like that'll be so easy to just counter,
And he can
though.
do the dive from it. And he can actually do his command grab from it. In fact,
that's
most
cool.
special moves he can do from it.
So like a horror character, it's terrifying when he's running at you because of the options.
Exactly, right. You want to block because of the quick attacks, but if you're blocking, he can go into the Father Death grab.
Right.
Oh, the mix-ups are
Or
gonna be
He
insane.
can go into the dive. He also has an enhanced version of the run, which
yeah, I
gives
agree.
him
This is like some
enhanced version
goofy
of the moves
gameplay.
from it.
It's great,
For
though.
example, it's an honor,
Oh, that's the.
and then
that's
an enhanced
the.
version of this.
That was the finisher. Well,
And
that's.
he can
well, I
do
don't
a
want to spoil
double
anything,
enhanced
but
of enhanced
anyone who's
run
seen Scream 5, you know
into
what I
the
mean.
enhanced dive. I think one thing you'll notice here with Ghostface
And it was
is
also
he takes a lot of
finishing
meter
move
moves,
in
most
Call of
effective
Duty.
moves. So he's very versatile, very good combos, pretty good mix-ups, good grabs and all that. But he's very meter hungry. It's
Yeah, so when you said like, master, has a lot of tricks.
Right.
Still got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, one of the consequences is you're going to be wanting to look at your meter manager. Then he has another special move, the backstage pass. So what
knife
happens
wipe
is
is
he
just
leaves
so
the screen
clean.
and comes back
pun
around.
intended.
Because just when you think you've, escaped him, he somehow appears behind you, just like any slasher
That's like
should.
Jason's
And this move
teleport
has
from
a couple of
MKX
options.
a little bit.
You can hold back, and it'll actually just come back around. Or you can hold the button, and he won't do the attack when he comes around. So you can, the classic thing of the no mix-up. They're staggered like a deer in headlights, and you throw them, or whatever. And finally, the last kind of default move he has is phone call, where he pulls out this 90s phone. Another Ghostface pops up from behind,
Incredible
slashes them in
nod
the
to
back.
the first
The brick
movie.
phone, I love it.
It's amazing. And this also has a couple of different versions. He can actually hold it, and the killer will wait, and you can either let him go, or you can do the slash. You can hold it,
This is like the most unique.
and then do an uppercut to
character
do into a combo.
I've seen in a
or
while.
another one of these amazing animations. You can EX it, and the move transforms into a command grab. Only a real Chad
Yeah.
could escape from an attack like that.
Another Scream 6 reference
So
there.
that
That's
is
great.
kind of the base moveset that the original Ghostface killer has. Let's start talking about the way you swap into the other two killers.
Also, if you guys wouldn't mind, 36 people
All
in
right,
here.
so
Appreciate it.
let's
Hit the
talk
like.
about killer swaps.
Greatly appreciated.
Ghostface does
If
not
not,
act alone, usually.
I appreciate you tuning
And
in
in
either
the
way.
game, the original Ghostface from Woodsboro has recruited 2 members of Kano's Black Dragon. We're going to call them the Black Dragon Enforcer and the Black Dragon Assassin. Now, their identities, they're not anonymous.
Right.
I know who they are. You know who they are. But one of the fun things about Scream is the whodunit aspect. You shouldn't figure out who the killer is till the 3rd act reveal. So for this stream, we're not going to name any names. It's up to you to look at the clues, the Easter eggs, and maybe
Enforcer
try to
and
figure it out for
Assassin.
yourselves. Argue amongst yourselves, spread your theories. But all 3,
That's gotta be-
we're not going to say here.
Love it.
I think that would be
That's gotta be Cobra
very
and
much
Kira, right?
against the spirit of Scream. So let's go
Well, who
into
would
how
be
killer
the
swapping
enforcer?
works.
Like Kano, maybe? Oh.
All right, so there are 3 ways
Kano
you
ball.
can swap
That's a
your
good
killer.
call,
The
actually.
first and most straightforward is his throw. Here's his regular throw. I didn't do anything. I just hit throw. Love the way he picks up that knife. Now, if you hold L1 or L2 when throwing, you will swap killers. This is me as the Black Dragon Enforcer. Now, for 12 seconds, I'll be the
Huge
Black
fan
Dragon
of
Enforcer.
Terminator. Cobra and Kano.
And then
Is,
he's going to
is
swap
Cobra
out.
the assassin then?
Or I can hold L2. You can see the red flash and the different knife. And now I'm the Black Dragon Assassin. Every swap's going to take a bar
Well,
meter.
they said the main
other 2
one is
options
from
are after
Woodsboro,
backstage
and then
pass.
the other 2 are recruited
So
Black
that's
Dragon
the move
members.
we talked about. You can hold L1, and he'll come back in as the Black Dragon Enforcer. Or you can do the other options, like you can EX it, hold L2, and I'm the Black Dragon Assassin. And then lastly,
Well,
is
the knife
phone
has to
call.
be the giveaway, does it not?
Same buttons, hold, and instead of doing the attack, they come in as the other killer. You can also do it off the EX version. So
Whose
I'm going to
knives,
hold
guys?
L1 this whole time. You can see the swap. So one of the
It's like
fun
a
things
blue
is
knife.
this can be pretty chaotic in gameplay for the opponent. Just like the movies, you're not, you might not know which one is which unless you're really looking.
Or did he? Did I
just
see
like
the flash?
crazy
Did they
Right.
have me? Like
I love
watching
it.
their meter is probably important in that regard.
Exactly. So now let's talk about when you're swapped. There's 2 ways to go back to the original Ghostface killer. One is what we've seen, about a 12-second timer. The other is if
Yeah,
you're
one
attacked.
was definitely
So,
Kano. It
I'm
looked
gonna
like the
throw you,
butterfly knife.
I'm going to become the enforcer,
whatever
and then
it's
you're
called.
going to
The one
uppercut
from the
me.
movie and from the other game.
Takes the damage, but does not react, and then the original comes in. That even means, you can't really be comboed. So for example, I'm going to be the assassin, and you're going to do the classic harpoon. You're going to tell me to get over here. Except I'm not. I'm going to stay over there, and the original is going to come back in. Now again, you do take damage. So for 1 bar, it's almost like you have a shield. Maybe, you won't be able to do a combo breaker, but you won't be put in combos because you're not reacting.
Still going to take a touch of damage, though.
Right, but not a full combo. And again, you also have the 12-second countdown. So now let's talk about their moveset when they've swapped.
Real quick, might be nice at the end of a round, too, if you're almost losing, switching out, and like you have, that might be your last effort.
Exactly. Or the opposite, you have a pretty big lead, and you it's kind of like an insurance policy.
Right.
So let's talk about their separate moves, special move sets. And to do that, I'm going to use a training mode option where you can swap, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. But just to be clear, I'm going to be doing a practice reset, and I'll be starting as the Enforcer Assassin, and that's just for the stream. Normally, you have to use the bar meter to switch.
Right.
So now you can see I've reset, and I'm the Black Dragon Enforcer. I got the blue aura. I got the cool big ol' knife, and I'm going to go into his moves. First thing is he has a new strength. Both extra killers have one new strength, in addition to, you know, the standard moveset that we showed. So
That
this
knife
is
looks
2, 1,
pretty
4.
sick.
He also has a shoulder check. Not quite full screen, that's kind of the max range in here. EX is safe on
Is that supposed to be a
blocks, so it's kinda
reference to the
great get
character
in,
that it's-
check them,
that it's
they can
supposed to
block
be?
in neutral.
A shoulder rush?
Also, a Rekka, a series of 3 special moves. It's 3 knives. You can use that for strike throw mix-ups. And the EX version allows you to go into combos. And then lastly, Black Dragon Enforcer has this windmill kick. And if you EX it, big ol' combo starter.
There's no way that's Kano.
So the Black
That's-
Dragon
that's-
Enforcer to me
right?
is going to be a pretty straightforward combo character. You know, you got combo extender, you got pressure, you know, just a close
like that has
melee
to be
character
Cobra.
that's going to add to Ghostface offense. And probably some of the best combo starters.
Either way, this is sick.
Now let's talk
Like,
about
you're getting
Black Dragon
pretty much 3
Assassin.
characters in one.
So I'm going to switch to her.
I love this,
Oh,
this
her.
quality of life
So-
stuff we did a while
So this
back.
has
Oh,
to be
it's
Kira
amazing.
then.
Put on the different things
So
for the
there you
characters.
see, red knife, different
So it
design
is
on the
Kira and
knife.
Cobra, right?
And
Or am
they
I missing
have
something?
a knife toss, including an
'Cause
air knife toss. And you can
she
see
just said
it is
her.
very quick. You can also hold it, fake it out. You could do enhanced.
What weapons did
Throw
Cobra
2.
use in previous games? I'm
Also,
not brushed
classic
up
Black
on my,
Dragon,
my Cobra
the
lore
Black
at the
Dragon
moment.
Cannonball. EX it, you get this great animation. They'll be feeling woozy after that.
It even kind of
And
looks
then,
like
a new strength.
a woman's
Butterfly knives,
like
swinging
like
wildly.
stature
They're
almost,
crazy.
like frame.
They're psychopath. And then Nightshade, which is this poison mist. And it's a restand, or if you EX it, it's a straight combo starter.
Like it looks smaller almost.
And I think
don't
one of
know.
the coolest things you can see with like that move is the ability to swap back and forth. Like here, I'm gonna start as the original. So there you go. I can do backstage pass, turn into assassin, go into Nightshade, and 3 bars. Really cool combo using 2 different Ghostface. And then the 12 seconds is over, and I'm back. So I think the way that I think of Ghostface is the original Ghostface, the default one, is totally meant to be a complete character that you could just learn and master, and it's pretty straightforward. That's the
They
pizza.
really
And the assassin and the enforcer
did this character
are the
justice, I
top
think.
ones.
Got it.
And they could add, you know, you saw with the knife toss, a zoning tool. You saw with the Rekkas, a pressure tool. But what if there was a way that all 3 could actually attack at once? Wouldn't that be great?
I mean,
Cobra and
impossible.
Kano, one person.
well, let's see
possible.
the fatal blow.
I mean, and then the ball roll in the
Hey,
assassin stance.
can is
That's
no
a Kano
joke. It
reference
kills
straight
Steven's
up.
down.
Yeah, Cobra. Yeah, he did use nunchucks. What do we think of the fatal
That's
blow?
got to be one of the nastiest cuts in the game, I think.
The hand?
yeah,
Oh,
hand
it
is
is
cool,
so
but-
bad.
That is Ghostface.
That is Ghostface.
garage door,
and
though. I'm
I'm
really
so
interested
excited
to
for
see what the
people to
brutalities
play
will
him.
look like.
I think one of the
I
more
bet we'll
creative
get
and just
more like
cooler characters in the game.
character
I
references
could
to
not
those
be happier.
2 Black
Yeah, we will play
Dragon
him
members
very, very
in the
soon in Mortal
brutalities.
Kombat 1. So that's pretty much it for today's stream. But
Wasn't that enough?
that was great. I had a great time with you. Can't wait to have
Developer
Derek back on the
match?
couch as well at some point. But thank you so much for joining us. And of course, before we leave, we're going to show you a video that QA has put together that involves Ghostface.
As always, thanks for the QA boys for putting this together.
Always great.
have a good match for us.
So thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and we will see you next
All right, what are we
time
gonna get
on the
from this?
Kombat Cast.
Another costume, I'm guessing, maybe? No.
Wuxi Academy.
Scary movies have made you a psycho.
Movies don't make
I love the little
psychos.
click
They
on the
make
voice
psychos
changer
more creative.
before Ghostface speaks. Yeah, I can't wait for T-1000. I think that Ghostface kind of overshadowed the other two, but I'm really excited
Round
for T-1000.
one,
And then,
fight.
to a lesser extent, the blade wipe is just so awesome. You know that they did Smoke versus Ghostface because everyone was saying, oh, he's just Smoke with the Ghostface costume.
I am the hunter.
Round two.
Which one do I like? I
Fight.
like them both. Probably Predator over Xenomorph. If we're talking about Mortal Kombat specifically. That crawling stance is it's pretty cool. I think that'll be super gimmicky. I'm curious to see how like you can best utilize it. And I think same thing with the character switches as well.
Cut flesh, scrape bone.
Final round. Fight.
Oh yeah, I put Rambo in the S tier on my guest character tier list video. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. I love Rambo. I think they did Rambo great. Just like the blood on his costume too. Like there's such a level of violence that kind of matches what Ghostface is in the films. It's amazing how something as subtle as wiping the blade of your knife is just like perfection for this character.
This is my movie.
That was
Ghostface wins.
what is that from? That kill was in one of the movies. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Any Scream experts, let me know. Do I have to wait until this finishes before I can, like, rewind it?
Ghostface.
Kind of want to just, like, see the trailer again. Actually, before we do that, what do we think? 1 to 10, what are you rating it? Because for me, I think based on everything I've seen, I know I'm usually like maybe a little too generous, but I would probably, just based off what I'm seeing, put this above Omni-Man, Peacemaker, and Homelander so far. Because I think that I just feel like Omni-Man. Like, there's not much originality, because anyone who's played Injustice has seen super powerful characters go at each other, and I just feel like they put 2.5 Injustice characters into Mortal Kombat. I do think, like, I do like them each individually, especially Peacemaker. But this is just like more my speed for a guest character, where it's just completely out of the blue and just insane, you know? 10, 10, 9. I don't know if this is like a recency bias type thing, where if like it'll cool off after a while, but I can't wait to actually play the character. And more importantly for me, because I just love the interactions between the characters. So I'm curious to see what other references we'll get, but I will say no Scary Movie mask that I saw anyway. So maybe they really are holding on to this card until the 19th, or maybe they'll like tease it in another like trailer or something. Yeah, I'm really curious about Conan. I don't think Conan will drive as much like interest, just because these are pretty old characters, like Conan and the T-1000. Like, at least in MK11, Rambo's an established name, Terminator's an established name, plus the Dark Fate movie had just come out like not too long before that. Yeah, I'm gonna run through the trailer again. I'll just kind of like talk through it. This is his win pose for sure, right? Which is sick.
That anyone could be so.
And I will just say, like, this makes me feel like there's gonna be so many references in the dialogue. And part of me hopes that, like, why can't we get a Scary Movie Cindy reference with Sindel? You know what I mean? Yeah, I do agree on T-1000. But yeah, let's just run through this and kind of...
That anyone could be so cold-hearted.
Are you really one to be throwing stones?
I love the little, like, let him cook thing here. Like that. I don't even know if that's a reference, but it's great.
Fight!
Like that, the phone call part is just, it's like chef's kiss. There's some things that you have to appreciate, whether or not you like Ghostface. Just that kind of attention to detail. The knife in the foot. The Jason-esque teleport, pretty much. And then making, like, it's...
I hear you've got quite a scream.
I will be glad to let you hear it.
I find it so interesting because when I would post videos about Ghostface, and I even posted one theorizing who Ghostface would be in this game, and so many people were saying, oh, imagine if it was Kira and Cobra. And it, like, I don't know how far in advance they had this planned, but the fact that so many people said that, and it's pretty much coming to fruition, although we don't necessarily know. They did say her for one of the 3 Ghostfaces, so that, to me, that confirms that one of them's Kira, and that kind of leaves some, you know, the identity of the Enforcer a bit ambiguous. But I mean, the fact that that came true is just fascinating. Flip kick. The shoulder charge. I mean, between the phone and that, like, running stance.
I love I can kill you again and again.
You will not succeed even once.
Like that alone, and just... in what world would Ghostface ever kill Geras? But hey, that's what we love. Thoughts on other guests? I mean, are you talking this game or in general? because I have like a whole, I don't even know how long the video was. It may be over an hour. I go guest character by guest character and kind of assess them and then like put them in a tier list. And if I remember correctly, I had Rambo in S. I had Kratos, Predator, Xenomorph, and there may be one other that I'm missing. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, I have a whole video on my and I'll have to update it once these three come out. Oh, T1000 and Conan. T1000 and Conan, I'm probably more bullish on T1000 than Conan, but I'm excited to see both of them because at this point, like, anything they throw at us, I'm just gonna take it for what it is and try not to be hypercritical. A lot of people don't like. It's out there. People don't like guest characters. Like Mortal Kombat diehards do not like guest characters, which I get. If you're a diehard fan of the series and you want these 3D era characters, Draman, Moloch, those types of characters back in the game, I get it. But for me, I think not only is, oh right, Spawn was an S, good call. Not only are guest characters good for the game, just in terms of diversity and giving you, because how often will you ever get the chance to see characters like this in a fighting game? Probably never, especially all in one game, seeing characters like this. That's why I like it personally. And not only that, but it also drives general interest. Like, I think at this point in a normal Mortal Kombat game cycle, if guest characters weren't a thing, I don't think people would care as much. I mean, I'll be curious to see. I mean, I think the Ghostface trailer that they posted on the channel, I'd be curious to see how many views it's at. And mind you, this is all age restricted because that's just Mortal Kombat. That's what happens with YouTube, unless you're lucky. 932K views in 2 weeks. Like, if this is any other Mortal Kombat character, I don't know if it would get that level of engagement. And like, you could say, well, Takeda got 2 million views, but that's 3 months ago. Like 3 months past that, I don't know if the game remains as relevant if they don't work these guest characters in. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I love guest characters, just personally. But at the same time, I understand why people don't. I'm pretty, yeah, Tanyan. I'm pretty sure it's Kieran Cobra, but I'm assuming we'll learn more through the dialogue interactions, through the pre-fight dialogues. No, this is not Soul Calibur. I think, I don't know. The fatal, what do we think of the Fatal Blow? Oh, the 3 Ghostfaces being involved and the frying pan, that's a cool touch. It's decent. I don't know if it's like my favorite. Maybe it'll grow on me. But I like that the 3 are in there. That's a cool touch.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit!
Even like this. Sorry to cut it off, but I just want to like really... Like, so John, I'm assuming Johnny's playing as Sub-Zero, which is just hilarious. Like, the Mortal Kombat logo on the controller. He's playing Mortal Kombat despite being a Mortal Kombat character. Like, this is what I mean when I say the meta aspect of Scream is something that is super exploitable in these types of games, because you could just do whatever you want.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a...
Wait, did the controller change colors?
What?
it's black.
Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
And I think it's funny, too, because for anyone who hasn't seen Scream, there's a scene where Jamie Kennedy's character is watching Halloween, and he's sitting on the couch, like, toward the end of the movie. And, like, Ghostface is behind him, about to kill him. And he's reacting to it and saying, like, Jamie, don't go in there. So there's, like, that meta aspect to it. And people were saying, oh, well, this better not be, because for those who didn't see, I'll call it up here. This was
Movies.
Let me reduce the volume a bit. Like, this was legitimately in the teaser. So people were saying, like, oh, I don't know if this is the other fatality. And some were saying, oh, I hope it's not, because Jamie Kennedy's character didn't die during that scene. But, I mean, that's kind of nitpicky. I'm not, like, I'm happy that this ended up being the other fatality. So, I mean, I was kind of 50-50 about it. I wasn't sure if maybe, like, they had created the scene specifically for this teaser trailer. But it's great. Anyway. So yeah, and then like on the screen you see fatality Ghostface wins, and that like serves as the like I won the screen.
Flawless victory.
And then of course, I mean, people were saying, is it a killer whale? Is it a... I thought maybe it would be like a pack of ants or something, kind of playing into Ermax, because there are multiple ghost faces. It's more of an idea than it is like an actual person. And then for those who haven't seen, I mean, not just, this was like 4 weeks ago, but I posted my Animality tier list video, and Baraka's was a vulture in the original 2D era.
See you soon.
Ghost.
See you soon.
Come on, this is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
YouTube, look away.
Fatality.
See you
Oh wait, so what was the actual fatality on the screen then? Interesting.
Ghostface
See you
wins.
soon.
Flawless victory.
What do we think? Where's that one going on the tier list? I mean, there's got to be more to it than that, right? Repeated stabbings, yeah, probably.
There it is.
I mean, does it show it?
see you soon.
Slow it down. See if we can... Throat slice, classic. Oh, yeah. That's just like, it's like 2 fatalities in one. You just can't be mad at that.
Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
A tier for the animality. Yeah.
See you soon.
Ghostface wins. Flawless victory.
A tier. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that there's more than just that. There has to be.
There it is. Ghostface.
Anyway, I want to kind of just
Ghostface is
leaf through this and see if,
the season of
because I noticed the MK2 katana costume.
Fun. Over.
You beat me pretty bad. Crazy.
So, Cyrax, Bomb, now Reiko. You're going to get out of this set.
This is
So what's the first thing
Reiko's
you try to do?
Halloween costume.
block.
Can we
Always
please
try to
get
block.
MK4
Nope.
Reiko?
So that's
Like,
not going to
please.
work. Now, maybe you try to delay Wake Up.
All right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
so they'll go
Out of-
into it probably during like the
Fighting games is
changes, right?
so what
This
It literally just ended and my
Newer
brain
player
is not processing it.
didn't even
You're going to show these new possible ice craft.
add up.
Nothing new here, right? That's just Ashra and Cyrax.
Some awesome changes for
I'll
Astra
see you
and the other
later,
characters
Harvard
as
lover.
well.
Thanks for stopping by.
Just giving
I hope you
Astra a
enjoyed
little
it.
more speed when it comes to switching in and out of her stances.
Right. I think one of the cool things our design team's done with MK1 is the balance changes aren't necessarily about making a
Freddy
strong
Krueger or
character worse
Jason. From a Mortal
or
Kombat
a bad
perspective, it's
character
easily
good.
Jason. Like,
Also,
I don't think
how can
anyone
we
would
kinda
disagree
tinker
with
the game
that.
balance
I think
to just
Freddy was one of the
more
weaker
tools,
guest
more
characters,
fun,
but
more player expression. So I
the
think,
reason
like,
being is
the
because
Astra
he was one of the
and,
first.
Smoke
So
one we're about to talk about.
I kind
Yeah,
of
we
cut
talked about Smoke
NRS
one
some
too.
slack on that.
Let's go on to Garrus, though.
Chameleon for
Garrus
T1000
now,
would be
his
fit. Yeah, that'd be
enhanced command
sick.
grab allows for cameo follow-ups.
I need
anywhere on the
Chameleon,
screen.
like male Chameleon, back in the
be a lot
game at
easier to
some
understand
point.
if you
I need
take
to
a look
learn
at.
more about him. So nothing new here, right? These are just regular costumes.
Here's the video. Here.
And then yeah, that's like Quan Chi's default, but this is definitely MK2 Katana, which tells me that maybe we're getting MK2 Melina. Gotta drop a like.
Excellent. So just, I think you're gonna be in some more stuff for.
Yeah, I guess.
some
I
more-
mean,
get a
I'm
lot of-
sure
you hear a lot about
there will be
Sub-Zero.
an influx of tweets
Sub-Zero's
by Ed Boon
triple
where he's
clone now
revealing
allows
more
him to
about
perform multiple freezes
the
in
upcoming
one
skins and
combo.
whatnot. Probably
Sub-Zero Slide also
in
now
or
switches
around the
sides
19th.
always, which allows
I mean, that's
for
just 6
cameo
days away.
follow-ups
Like,
or to
we're
pop
so
up into
close to
clones.
getting Ghostface.
You can also perform the old spear
And that's gonna be a
follow-ups
busy,
by
busy
holding
week.
3 as you do the slide. Lot of words there.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's such a
big
huge missed
combo
opportunity. I feel like Freddy
take a
would have
look at
fit
those.
way better into MKX. I wish that they would have done, because there was talk of Marcus Phoenix getting in from Gears of War, getting in MK9. So I think that if they got Marcus Phoenix and Kratos as guest characters, like, they could have waited for Freddy and then put Freddy in MKX, and then Freddy versus Jason in MKX. Like, it feels like such a huge missed opportunity still to this day. No new skins here. But I mean, I'll take MK2 Katana. Like, it's better than
There are some
nothing.
new
And I think there's
frozen
definitely
toys
more
for
coming.
Sub-Zero to play with.
Right, and now they can chill out.
Okay, that's you're 3 for 3. I gotta say. So those are some of the balance patches. We will have some balance patches.
I gotta say, I have
coming
no
in
clue what to
very
do for
soon.
this, because I'll probably
Stay
do a
tuned to
short
social
on all
media,
this
you'll be able
stuff.
to see
But
those. But I think the main course today, we've already shown the trailer, which was
I'll try
everyone
to
came
sum
for,
it up in
obviously.
60
Right.
seconds
We need
or
to talk
less.
about Ghostface.
Cyber Smoke,
and
you and
how to
me
play
both,
Ghostface. So
Prism.
first,
I don't
before
know
we start,
where
Mike,
that
I've
they. I
always
feel like
asked
they
you,
teased that months ago, and we
who is a
still don't
Ghostface
have it in
player,
the game
Ghostface
yet.
player? How does Ghostface play?
I would describe Ghostface as kind of a jack of all trades, because one of the key things about Ghostface from the
Shao
Scream
Kahn's
movies
easily better than
is
Kronika.
there's always more
Anyone
than
who
one.
disputes
with the
that is,
exception of Roman from the very underrated Scream 3.
Incorrect.
They
I don't even think
always-
that's an opinion
that
thing.
movie's Liu Kang's timeline from behind, long range keyword victims, and let's check it out. As you can imagine, he fights with a knife, which means a lot of his attacks are pretty quick and have real good range. I love his standing too. He's got a little low attack version there. This is one of my favorites. Psycho stabs, just 4-4-4. It's super fun to do, and I love how it looks. One of his best normals is his forward 2. It's like a quick advancing mid.
Nice range.
Exactly.
That makes sense,
You
Prism.
You can hit.
I just
confirm
don't
into
understand why
special
they're
moves,
waiting so
kind of
long.
his
Like,
main
if they're
footsie
trying to do like a
tool.
Terminator thing,
His
that's
back
fine,
three is
but
a very quick mid.
did they not tease it at
Dropkick,
some
which is
point and then
also
we've
his
just never
sweep.
gotten it?
His uppercut is, a huge range because of his knife. And then lastly, I'd love to show forward 4, which is this combo starter. And he can also do it from the 2-2. So it's 2-2, 1+3, and he yanks him over. So a pretty basic set of normals that have long range. Not a lot of tricks and traps or really fancy stuff, but
Yeah, I do
coming.
respect Kronika in
Yeah.
that regard. I just,
But his
it's
normals
not
are
like,
pretty easy to
it's not, I don't
understand.
hate the
Pretty
character
straightforward.
itself. I just hate
So
the
let's go
writing
into
behind
his
it and
special
like
moves.
the
And
invention
again,
of these
these are the
titans and
special
stuff. I
moves that,
just,
when you
I
first
feel like they
go
could
into
have
a
done,
match, he's gonna
they
have
could have
his
done
moves.
that way better.
Let's start with his command grab, Father Death. goes into this brutal animation. You can hold back to throw them.
You
in the
can tell that
opposite
they're
direction.
definitely holding some
Could that throw be any more brutal?
some
Yes, it
secrets,
could.
because like we're only
Yes,
seeing the
it
base Ghostface
certainly could.
costume, even in the
God,
QA
that
match.
in there, let's watch that again. The way, like the struggle to have it go all the way through. He is a nasty, violent character. He also has this dive move. It's down forward 4, and then he starts crawling on the ground. And from there, he has a quick slash attack, this toe stab, which I absolutely love, and that has an enhanced version.
Yeah, so
where for
with
2
the
bars,
MK
you
games,
can actually,
my
pin you down.
honestly,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
the
know.
EX
I just
version
take so
of the
long to
down
do
forward
videos
for the
because I'm
dive
so
has
particular
armor.
about
That's
like the
his only
editing
armor
and
move
just the
besides
flow of
his
it.
fatal blow.
So what I'm working on now
You
has
can take a move,
taken me pretty
down
much
the
since I
ground,
posted
And
that
then go into the
animality
option, that's
video,
right. And, he can also
and I'm hoping to
crawl
have it out,
forward, as you saw in the trailer.
if not
or
next week,
stand
the
back
week
up.
after.
Another move I like to show, and this
because
is
it's
by
it's
far my favorite
it's a
animation,
very
maybe in the whole
like
game. I think this
it's just a
animation
long
perfectly
video,
captures the character.
plain
Down
and
4-3,
simple. Like, but I'm
a
trying not to
command
pad it out with
Yeah.
like too much
which you then have
filler,
multiple
if you
options
will.
to do from it. So
But
you can
I
do
just have a
this
very
quick
particular
slice,
way about how I go
which is
about
like the
videos, and I don't
fastest
really like
option.
have anything mapped out in my
And
head.
he
So when I'm
also has
sitting
an
in
overhead,
editing, everything
which
kind of
is a
just
little
comes
bit
to me, and
slower,
I do it as I
and you
get
can
it,
do the
like
dive
as
from
it comes
it.
into my head. But
and he can actually do.
getting
his
back to
command
the
grab from it. In
games
fact,
tier
most
list,
special
I
moves
started
can be
working
from
on a stories
So,
tier list,
like a
all
horror
Mortal
character,
Kombat game stories
It's
ranked.
terrifying when he's running at you because of the options.
Exactly.
That was
Right.
probably
You wanna block
midway
because
through
it's quick
September, and I got
attacks.
pretty
If you're
decent
blocking,
way
you can
into
go
it.
Father Death grab.
And then Chaos
Or
Reigns dropped, and I'm like,
he can go
I
into the
I
dive.
wanted to do an
He also
animality
has
tier
an enhanced
list.
version of the run, which gives him
And
enhanced version of the moves from it.
I was like,
For
well,
example,
if I finish this
it's
video
an honor.
and then do the animality video,
then
like
an
it'll be
enhanced version of
it'll
this.
be obsolete at that point. So
And he can do.
I
a
wanted to
double
get that
enhanced
done
enhanced
first.
Run into the
now I'm
enhanced
working
dive.
on not the
I
game
think one thing
ranking,
you'll
the
notice
story
with Ghostface is he
rankings,
takes a lot of
but that'll
moves
be
and
next
versatile.
after I'm done with what
Very
I'm working on
versatile.
now.
Very good combos, pretty good mix-ups, good grabs, and all that.
Hopefully
but
that makes
very
sense.
meter
Just
hungry.
rambling
So
here.
when you said like, master, has a lot of tricks.
Right.
Still got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, one of the consequences is you're going to be wanting to look at your meter management. Then he has another special.
Still
move,
11
the
people in
backstage
here.
pass.
Appreciate you
So
guys
what happens is
checking
he
out the
leaves
stream. I don't stream often,
and
but
comes
I
back
felt
around.
what
Because
better
just when you
occasion than
think
to
you, escaped
react
him,
to the Kombat
he somehow
Kast for
appears behind you, just
a
like
character I
any
know I'm not
slasher
the only
should.
one who's just
And this move has a
over
couple
the
of
moon
options.
for.
You
And
can
just
hold
based
back,
on what we see, I
and it'll
can't
actually
wait
just
to
come back
play
around.
as Ghostface, to see the interactions, to see the
Or you
different
can hold the button
skins
he
and
won't
palettes
do
and
the attack when
and
it
all
comes
that.
around. So you can the classic thing of the no mix-up. They're staggered like a deer in headlights, and you throw them or whatever. And finally, the last kind of default move he has is phone call, where he pulls out this 90s phone.
Yeah, I love the
Another
friendships.
Ghostface
I would love
pops
to
it
do
from
a
behind, slashes them in the
friendships
back.
tier list at
The
some
brick phone,
point.
I love it.
It's amazing. And this also has a couple of different versions. He can actually
That'll
hold
definitely
it,
happen,
and the killer will wait,
probably
and you can either let him
not
go,
anytime
or
soon, but eventually.
you can do the slash. You can hold it, and then do an uppercut to do into a combo, or another one of these amazing animations. You can EX it, and the move transforms into a command grab.
I have many dream guest characters. Prism. I feel like we should have.
Only
I
a
think
real
Ash
Chad
would.
could
Ash
escape an
from
attack
Evil
like
Dead
that.
would have been awesome if they actually got him. And I know that
So,
that almost
that is
happened,
kind
which
of the
it's
base
that feels like such a
moveset
shame
the
that it
original
didn't.
Ghostface killer has. Let's start
A
talking
dream
about
guest
the way you
character,
swap
like
into
the
the
character
other
I
colors.
want the most personally is Doomslayer.
All
just
right, so
because,
let's talk about.
and I've said this before, it feels like such a shame that we've only gotten one video game guest character, and that obviously was Kratos, which again is a perfect character for Mortal Kombat. I just wish that they would do more, and I don't get why they don't. But if I had to pick my number one dream guest character, it would be Doomslayer, because I just from being a kid and loving Doom as a series, that would be such, and I love the modern day look of Doomslayer.
Killer swaps. Ghostface does not act alone, usually. And in the game, the original Ghostface from Woodsboro has recruited 2 members of Kano's Black Dragon. We're going to call them the Black Dragon Enforcer.
See, she says
the Black
Kano's
Dragon
Black Dragon, so that
Assassin.
tells me
Now,
that one of them is not Kano.
their identities, they're not anonymous. I know who they are. You know who they are. But one of the fun things about Scream is the whodunit aspect. You shouldn't figure out who the killer is till the third act reveal. So for this stream, we're not going to name any names. It's up to you to look at the clues, the Easter eggs, and maybe try to figure it out for yourselves. Argue amongst yourselves, spread your theories. But all three, we're not going to say here.
Love it.
I think that would be very much against the spirit of Scream.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Kira and
let's go
Cobra.
into how killer
I'm
swapping
planting my
works.
flag in that theory.
All right, so there are 3 ways that you can swap your killer. The first and most straightforward is his throw. Here's his regular throw. I didn't do anything. I just hit throw. Love the way he picks up that knife. Now, if you hold L1 or L2,
Probably going to stream for till the end of this, and then I'm going to end
This
and
is me
hopefully
as the
edit a
Black Dragon
short or something.
Enforcer.
We'll see.
12 seconds. I'll be the Black Dragon
It's really,
Enforcer,
like, for stuff like this, it's hard to get it edited down into 60
and
seconds,
he's gonna
and
swap out.
I don't know. I like my
Or I can
long
hold L2.
long form
You can
content
see the
being
red
revolved
flash
more around
and the
like
different knife. And now I'm
more
the Black
sustainable
Dragon
and long-term
Assassin.
Mortal
Every swap's
Kombat
gonna take a
pieces,
bar
if
meter.
that makes sense.
The other 2 options
So
are
I
kind of
just leave the
So
you know
that's
the
move we talked about.
updated
You
Mortal
can hold
Kombat 1
L1,
news and
He'll come back in
stuff
as
like
the
that
Black
to
Dragon
shorts.
Enforcer. Or you can do the other options, like you can E-exit, hold L2, and I'm the Black Dragon Assassin. And then lastly is phone
I mean, did they
call.
leave anything out apart from
Same
just
button is
the
hold, and instead of
scary
doing the
movie
attack,
mask?
They come in
I feel like we've
as the
seen
other killer.
everything now. We know
You can
both
also do it with
fatalities,
the
we know
EX
the fatal
version.
blow, we know
So
the
I'm gonna hold
animality,
L1 this whole time.
we know the
You can see the
victory
swap.
pose
So one
and
of the fun
the
things is this
entrance.
can be pretty chaotic in gameplay for the opponent. Just like the movies,
Mm-hmm.
you're not, you might not know which one is which unless you're really looking.
Or did he? Did I see the flash? Did they have
Right.
me? Like,
It's-
watching their meter is probably important in that regard.
Exactly. So now let's talk about when you're swapped.
I'm telling you,
There's 2 ways
the scary movie
to go back
mask
to
is
the
the
original
last
Ghostface
one.
killer.
Like
is
the
a
last
routine,
piece of
about
intel
a
we'll get about
12-second
this
timer.
character.
The other is if you're attacked. So I'm going to throw you. I'm going to become the enforcer, and then you're going to
Yeah, I think
and
it's funny
takes the
because
damage, but
Ghostface
does
would be the
not
perfect
react
character
when the
for
original
a
comes in.
friendship.
That even means, you
And
get
even
really
like
good combos.
Peacemaker.
So for example, I'm going to be the
I could see
assassin, you're
Homelander
gonna
having
do
a good
the classic
friendship.
harpoon. You're going to tell me to get over here. Except I'm not. I'm going to stay over there, and the original's going to come back in. Now again, you do take damage.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
for 1 bar, it's almost like you have a shield.
I'm
So
surprised
you won't
too.
be able to do a
Trust
combo
me.
breaker,
Like,
but you won't be
it's
put
one
in
thing that I
combos if
noticed
you're
when I
not
was doing
reacting.
all my
gonna
research
take
for
a
that
couple
tier
damage,
list
though.
video
Right,
that I'm just
but
like,
not a full combo.
how do
And
they
again,
not
you also
capitalize
have
on
the
that? Like
12
video
second
game
countdown.
characters are designed to be brutally,
So now
you know.
let's talk about their moveset.
I get the
when they
addition of
swap.
movies
Real quick,
and stuff
might
like
be nice
that,
at
and
the
I
end
think
of a round
part
if
of it
you're
is
almost
just
losing, switching
almost
out,
a
like you have, that might be
fantasy
your
booking
last
situation
effort.
with Ed Boon because he
Exactly. Or
loves
the
all these like
opposite,
80s
you have a pretty
characters.
big lead.
RoboCop,
You kinda-
Rambo.
It's kind of like an insurance policy.
Right.
So let's talk about their separate moves, special.
but I
moves
just-
sets.
I-
And to
we
do
need
that,
more
I'm
video
gonna
game
use a
characters
training
in
mode
Mortal
option where you
Kombat,
can swap, so I don't
as
have to keep
weird as
going
that
back and
sounds.
forth. But just to be clear, I'm going to be doing a practice reset, and I'll be starting as the Enforcer Assassin, and that's just for the stream. Normally, you have to use the bar meter to switch.
Right.
So now you can
Yeah,
see
Duke
I've
Nukem
reset,
was another
and
one
I'm
on
the Black
my
Dragon
list
Enforcer.
as well.
I got the blue aura. I got the
Unfortunately,
cool
he's
big
just
ol' knife, and I'm going to go into his moves.
he's just too irrelevant.
First
Like
thing is he has a new
we
strength.
haven't heard of
Both
Duke
extra
Nukem in
killers
so
have one
long
new strength.
that I
in
feel like
addition
he
to,
would
the
probably
standard
need to
moveset that we showed.
re-enter the
So this is
the
2,
video
1,
game
4.
relevancy sphere
He also
before
has
even being
shoulder
considered
check.
for this.
Not quite full
Although
screen, that's
RoboCop's
the
kind of
max
irrelevant,
range.
he's more of like
Here.
a 80s icon
EX
than
is
like
safe on
currently
block,
relevant.
it's
So I
kinda
guess there's
great
an
to get
argument to be
in,
made
check
there, but
them, make them block in the neutral. Also, Rekka,
Duke Nukem
series
is
of
not
3
what you
special
would call
moves, 3
PC
knights.
as a
can use
character.
that
So
for,
I don't know how that would
strike
go
throw
down in like
mix-ups.
2024.
And the EX version allows you to go into combos. And then lastly,
Yeah, I love RoboCop's
Black Dragon
friendship.
Enforcer has this windmill kick. And if you EX it, big old combo starter.
I mean that kick alone tells
Black
me that
Dragon
it's Cobra.
Enforcer to
I don't
me
even
is
think
gonna
there's
be
much
a pretty
discussion behind it
straightforward,
anymore. I think it's
combo
just like,
character.
yes, it's
You know, you got a
Cobra.
combo extender. You
But
got
I'm
a
curious to see what
pressure,
Twitter
you know,
and all that
close
stuff says
melee
when
characters that
when I
have
end
the
this
Ghostface
stream.
awesome.
I'm curious to see what people are
and
saying.
probably some of the best combo starters. Now let's talk about Black Dragon Assassin. So I'm gonna switch to her.
I love this quality of life stuff we did a while back.
Oh,
where
it's
you can
amazing.
put
Is
on
there
the
like a
different
model
things.
change
Characters.
from the
Red
enforcer
assassin.
to the assassin?
You know, just a close melee character that's going to add to Ghostface.
No, it's kind of it's the same like
And-
stature
Of
and
this,
build.
this quality of life stuff.
Design of the knife. And they have a knife toss, including an air knife toss. And you can see it is very quick. You can also hold it, fake it out. You could do enhanced.
Yeah, I think that was the
Throw
the
two.
biggest like black mark
Also,
on
classic Black
Terminator
Dragon,
in MK11. I just did
Black
not like
Dragon
the voice
cannonball,
actor.
exit.
Like I
This
appreciate
great
the effort,
animation.
but
I'm feeling
I'm
woozy after
I
that.
honestly do think that they got
And
Arnold
then,
for
a
Conan.
new string, butterfly knives, swinging wildly. They're crazy. They're a psychopath.
And what's interesting to me
And
is
then
like they say,
Nightshade,
just getting
which
back
is
to the
this,
Ghostface stuff, is
poison
like
mist.
they
And it's
say
a
this is the
restand,
Woodsboro
or if
killer,
you
but like
EX
which
it,
one?
It's a straight combo starter.
Like only one made it to this
And I think one of the coolest
timeline.
things you can
Like
see
does
with
that
a
mean
move is
like
the ability
who,
to swap
which
back
of
and
the
forth.
the
Like, here,
many
I'm
is
gonna
it?
start as
You
the
know?
original. So there you go. I can do backstage pass, turn into assassin, go into Nightshade, and 3 bars.
And yeah,
Really
just
cool
just getting
combo
back to
using
what you
2
said about
different
Conan, like
Ghostface,
Arnold is
and then
relevant
the 12
enough
seconds is
that
over,
and
I'm back.
I feel that
So
like
I
Mortal
think the
Kombat
way
as a
that I
series
think of
skews
Ghostface
older
is the
in terms
original
of like
Ghostface, the
who
default
buys
one,
it and plays
is
it. So
totally meant to be a complete
I could see
you could just
people
learn and
being
master.
more
It's
excited
pretty
for these
straightforward.
80s
That's the
characters.
pizza. And the assassin
Whereas
and
like a
enforcer
game like
are the
Fortnite
top.
gets
Got it.
modern
could
day
add, you know,
rappers
saw with
and
the knife
singers
toss, a
and
zoning tool.
athletes and stuff.
Saw with the
Like
Rekkas, a
I know
pressure
it's not apples to apples,
what
but
if there was a way that all 3
I
could
feel
actually
these
attack at
these
once?
types of
Wouldn't
like
that be
niche
great?
characters fit more into Mortal
Well, let's
Kombat
see
than
the
really
fatal
any
blow.
other game, and that's why I like it so much. That frying pan is
Hey,
just
that
crazy.
that pan is no joke. It killed Steven Stone. That's got to be one of the nastiest cuts in the game, I think.
Is there anything else? I think we're good. I just gotta watch that animation one more time in slow-mo.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, that was another theory that was kind of going around.
Scary movies have made you a psycho.
Movies don't
I love the little
make
click, like I can't get over that.
psychos. They make psychos more creative.
Alright, the animation. Plumps to the ground. It's so good. Alright, I think that's it for me. That was probably, I mean, apart from my Chaos Reign stream, that's the longest stream I've done
That anyone
in a
could be
long
so
time.
cold-hearted.
Are you really
But-
one to be throwing stones?
I appreciate everyone hanging out. I'm gonna go figure out what to do for a short and hopefully get it up tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I'll stream more often when I'm not, you know, editing videos and whatnot. But appreciate it. Thanks for, I think we had like 40 something likes, 48 likes. That's pretty good. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And hope you enjoy Ghostface when he comes out. Maybe I'll stream again when Ghostface comes out. Maybe I'll do like a tower playthrough and get his ending. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Prism. Appreciate it, as always. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.